So, Mech Mage for Xixo, Handlock for Amy. Pretty standard classes for both players. Nothing new, really. Good start for Xixo. He got the Cogmaster on 1, he got a Mech on 2, he's got Immunity, which kind of prevents Mountain Giant from coming out, but the Hellfire is pretty solid for Amy. She's debating Tap versus Dark Bomb here, considering she has Hellfire. Dark Bomb's a very defensive play. I mean, she's got a Molten, so like I think a Tap would be fine here. I'm not as well versed in the whole handlock thing in the current meta. Spider Tank, excellent pickup for Xixo. Lets him keep pushing damage, develops a very nice board. Amy probably glad she Dark Bombed last turn. Chakki, why so spooky? I don't know, it's 3 AM. I'm feeling kind of spooky. My lights are out. The second love match came out of nowhere, and here we are. So Xixo's draw getting a bit more awkward. He's got some low impact cards. I could see him maybe just setting up Immunity here. Feels pretty good. It denies a lot of plays from Amy. She would probably have to just play a Sun Fury Protector or Defender into it. And he decides to go with that. Of course, Amy knows exactly what this is. It's not really a mystery. I think we'll see probably a Defender Vargas come out here. Bite the dust. Xixo will be pretty close to lethal then, but Handlock is a tricky deck to lethal, considering Molten Giants and Healbots. People in chat calling for 604. Ooh. It's a bold call. I'm not sure 6 will get 4-0'd.
So many possibilities.
Coin Belcher. Okay. It's definitely an interesting play. It lets through less damage. Blast Mage is a great pickup for Xixo. Chances are he can hit 2 blasts on this Sludge Belcher. Probably going to trade in the 3-2. Keep his board as healthy as possible. He can fully play around Hellfire now. He gets average luck on that, which is, you know, all he needed. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a no attack at face here, playing around Molten Giant Shadow Flame. But I could see an attack. I feel it's better to not attack here. Bad shape for Amy here. 1 man off Siphon Soul, which would be really nice. Zombie Chow would have been perfect last turn. But nope. Not gonna happen. Healbot gonna have to be the play here to not die. Xixo has 18 damage. Shredder is gonna be nice to develop. He'll probably kill off the Healbot just because he doesn't want to really enable Molten Giant here. Score on screen or Riot. Is it not on the screen? Oh shit. The scene is like screwed up. Why is it so big? Why is it so big, guys? Alright. There's the score on screen. And Amy is in a rough spot. If she had a Shadow Flame, this would be perfect, this top deck, but if we see a Siphon Soul, the game is over. I'm not seeing a great way out of this. Maybe you go for the Doomsayer on the piloted Shredder. From her point of view, that might be too much desperation. Like, you're only dead to Fireball. I think it'd be cool if we went for the whole Doomsayer off Shredder thing, but I feel like that's way too much desperation, probably. So this should be the end here for Amy. Xixo playing around all the cards pretty well this game. His draw was definitely good enough. Unfortunately, no Doomsayer, and Amy is dead to board. So this play is weird. If you're dead to board, wouldn't you want to Siphon Soul the thing? Xixo with the BM Fireball to the face. Pretty good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. See if Amy can come. Why didn't I accept your friend request? I do not have a friend request, unfortunately, Servitor. But I have very little room. I have 98 friends. In before Amy lost on purpose to remove Mech Mage from Xixo's lineup. I don't think it works that way, but maybe. Maybe Magicamy is just that next level. So this match, we're going to have Handlock versus Rogue. And the Rogue opener is pretty good. Coin into Edwin, always a strong opener.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
Amy has an Ironbeak Owl, but it's probably not worth it at this point. I think you probably just tap. Because if you Owl, you give Xixo a target to hit with his dagger. I mean, he still gets a 2/2. Okay. We'll go for the Owl. We'll see how this works out. So I think Xixo's just going to dagger, kill off the 2/1. And this sets up a pretty good play next turn for him. He can Violet Teacher, maybe prep out a Sap. He's not really going to have a target for Sap because Amy doesn't have like a Twilight Drake or anything. So Amy does float a mana here, but she took less damage due to the Owl on turn 3 versus the Owl on turn 4.
Pay attention,
Will I be streaming my ladder play after this? No, I'll probably be going to bed after this. It's really late for me. I might stream Monday night. Tomorrow night I have Pinnacle qualifiers. Alright, so back to the game. Zombie Cho is just going to die to the 2/2 and the dagger. Amy top decks Mountain Giant, which is a really important top deck here. Gets to develop an 8/8. I would assume it gets sapped here. Oh, wait a second. So that's 7 damage? Yeah, 7. No, wait. For some reason I thought 6 had double spell for that. That's only 5 damage. So there's 2 options here. You can kill it off, or you can sap it.
I'm ready to learn.
Xixo's gonna opt to sap it. I agree with that.
I'm ready to learn.
Amy has a lot of pressure to deal with here. Pretty big board. Nothing really too efficient here. I mean, Mountain Giant's pretty good still. It's just an 8/8. You can taunt it up if you want. Sylvanas creates some tension. Okay.
I wonder.
Sylvanas was only weak to the second
I have
sap.
no time for games.
But I think Xixo's just going to try and make as many tokens as he can here. Kill it off with his face and a backstab. And kind of, he can deal with anything that Amy steals, and Amy's going to have about a 66% chance to steal a 1/1, which is obviously not very good.
I wonder.
How do I know that's Magicamy when your face covers her name? And let me just confirm. This is indeed
I'm ready
Magicamy.
to learn.
There you go. So Amy's gonna go for backstab as expected. Xixo's gonna go for backstab. I would expect to see deadly poison plus SI agent, and then use your face to clear up whatever it steals.
Ha, this guy's toast.
He's gonna opt not to deadly poison. Steals a 1/1. So he didn't attack. Well, he's playing around Molten Giants very heavily, which in this case is a pretty good thing considering Amy has 2. Putting Amy to 14 here would be all right because she couldn't Molten Shadow Flame still. But Xixo playing it very safe. As we can see, Amy doesn't have any spectacular plays, really. So this is definitely looking in the Rogue's favor, especially with cards like Shiv. He's got a lot of stamina here to finish the game out. Mountain Giant Dark Bomb. Amy has 9. Or Xixo has 9, 11, 13 damage, 14 damage, 15. So 2 off face. He would have to draw into Poison or Flurry to win the game. Both of those are winning draws, I believe. Backstab won't do it. But it's going to help him clear this 8/8. And unless he plays heavily into these Moltens, I don't see him losing this game.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Looks like he is going to play into the Moltens, though. Yep. Going to put Amy to 2. And pass the turn and say, what can you do? No Shadow Flame, Amy really can't be happy about that, but I mean, Siphon Soul, Molten Sun Fury, and then you trade. And Xixo actually does not have a way to end the game.
I wonder.
I think he's kind of relying on, I mean, Flurry is a win from where we are right now, and Eviscerate is a win. And he gets 2 draws to get there. So I would still favor Xixo here, but the all-in play definitely gonna get punished with this hand.
Shields up.
Job's done.
We'll have to see. Phantom Knife's pretty good. Piloted Shredder does not end the game. And we'll see what Xixo draws. Tinkers. I think you would have rather had that at the start of the turn. That would have been kind of nice. He could Shredder Tinkers. Though this play worked out pretty well for him. He can actually clear both of the Giants. He has to take 8 though. That leaves up a 2-1 and an 8-3 and trims down his entire board.
So many options.
So he's not going to be excited about that play, but he might just pass here, yeah. He's almost threatening a Blade Flurry at this point. I'm not sure how important the Dark Bomb top deck is. Siphon doesn't feel that great here, to be honest. You start healing back up, but I feel like you'd rather just develop more taunts. We know Xixo has no AoE. Definitely a lot of plays here for Amy. Belcher, Argus is one. Siphon plus maybe Dark Bomb is one. I mean, you're Dark Bombing a 1-1 at that point, which is really weak. So you might just pass after Siphon. He's going to go for the Siphon, which I find pretty interesting. Dark Bomb's the 1-1. Let's see if she trades. Surely you go face with the 8-8s, right? Or do you play around oil? Completely plays around Tinker's Sharpsword oil here.
I see.
Which, in this case, was that a misplay? Because she could have lethal right now, right? Yeah, she would have just won if she went in. So putting an 8-3 into a 1-1, potentially costing Magicamy the game. Because even with the Tinker's buff, the 1-1 can't clear this by itself. And so then Xixo would have to put his face into it. And 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, as most handlock players know, is a dead opponent. So, Amy probably not too happy with that play upon reflection. However, I mean, if she puts up taunts here and hits face for a lot, she's probably in fine shape. Shadow Flame feels awful here, I think. And Xixo is really, he needs to draw Blade Flurry here. I don't think this is enough. Is it? It could be. He can't put his face into anything is the issue. Yeah, he can't clear these taunts. Because the slime is going to be too much of an issue. I don't see any way. Unless this gets something crazy. I can't even think of what minion it could get. I mean, he's obviously going to try. And he hits it on the Lothab, which is not a good target, I don't think. I think you want it on this one. Yeah, you want it on this one to run into here, then this runs into here. And then you're not dead on board. And so then he'd actually be alive. He could still be alive if he hits, say, taunt on this. Gets a charge. Which is not going to be good enough. Okay, he's still alive, though. Because of the Eviscerate. He has to eviscerate the Argus. So a charge barely gets there for Xixo. Ooh! Ooh! Xixo faces Jiraxxus. And he's gone. Top decked and wrecked. Look at that sexy Jiraxxus portrait. Oh, baby. So Amy's going to take the series lead. No room for BM that game. That was... See... Freeze Mage against Druid. And... I've got to favor Xixo in this matchup. I mean, immediately looking at the hand, it's really good. Like, oh, the shade just puts it over the top. But an interesting thing we know about Xixo's list is he runs Fugin and Stalag, which Amy, I mean, Freeze Mage in general has no answer to that. They don't run Big Game Hunter, they don't run Polymorph. You can freeze them all you want, but you can't clear an 11-11, and so if Xixo can draw those cards, I'd say he's in good shape. The Keeper is a pretty good draw. Double Keeper. Maybe not what he wanted. But he is going to be pushing a lot of damage in these early turns. And this might be too much pressure. I think Amy's going to opt to kill the Shade here. I think the Shade is pushing too much right now. Though, you do delay your Blizzard turn. You want to go back-to-back Blizzard this game into hopefully Flame Strike. So you could be greedy, you could just set up an Ice Block, you could set up an Ice Barrier. I definitely don't think you're drawing cards here. I think you gotta play a Secret or you gotta kill the Shade. I agree with killing the Shade here. It feels kind of bad at first, but you're not going to have a chance to do it. Xixo is just going to go straight to the dome with that 2-4. And like I was talking about Stalag, I mean, normally a lot of people would like to have Spectral Knight, but this thing's a 7-4. It's going to immediately demand to be dealt with. And as we see right now, Amy doesn't have an answer. Ooh, or do you Loath-it? I think you Stalag here.
I see.
I guess you're blocking. I mean, this doesn't threaten lethal. I really don't like that.
Hey, speak to me.
I really don't like that. Now that, like, it didn't really stop Amy from doing anything. Whereas doing it next turn stops Blizzard and basically says good game. Now there is the argument that he could be playing on stuff Amy doesn't have in her hands. There is stuff like Frost Nova. And it'll be interesting here. Do you trade or do you go face? Trading sets up your rag a little better.
What to do?
But Amy might just make that trade for you. He's going to decide to trade, which I think is perfectly fine. The double Ice Block draw here is really awful for Amy. She was really looking for like an Ice Nova or something. Maybe a... this game is looking to end really fast here. I think you're just gonna see a swipe to the face here, maybe. Maybe hold it. I mean, Rag's probably gonna kill Amy next turn. It's not quite lethal. Whoa, whoa, whoa! This was actually a huge misplay from Xixo then. I actually forgot he could silence the 7 attack. So if he went face last turn, he could have silenced for lethal this turn, which pretty much happens 100% of the time. Amy has to freeze this board. She's not going to heal. I mean, Frost Nova Ice Barrier number 2 would work, but like overlooking the utility of the silence on it, and Amy's dead now. So a really unfortunate game for the Freeze Mage player. Double Innervate in a perfect curve is not ideal. I mean, I think this was one of the draws that you win with 100% of the time for Xixo. I do feel there were 2 potential mistakes here. So Magicamy reveals her 4th and final deck, which is Druid. Not surprising to anyone. Combo Druid very strong in almost any format in this game. It's a very non-polarized deck, has solid matchups across the board. Hunter, Slow Hunter being one of its worst, which is kind of out of meta right now, so not much to worry about. I've heard different opinions on the Rogue versus Druid matchup. I think with these draws, Both players have below average draws for sure. Amy misses out on the Wild Growth turn. It's rough. No Innervate, no Wild Growth. And this draw might turn into one of the games you can't win. Spectral Knight, very important here. Cannot be sapped, which Xixo has 2 of. However, Xixo plays Piloted Shredder, which is going to challenge it very nicely. Piloted Shredder plus your face challenges it pretty perfectly. Wild Growth is like, holy shit, where were you last turn? So not good to see that for Amy. We don't know what Xixo's last deck is, but I believe it's Aggro Hunter. And I would say Aggro Hunter is pretty favored against Druid, like decently favored, and probably around even against Freeze Mage. Maybe slight underdog. I'm not liking Amy's position in this game, I'll say that much. I think it's going to be a tough one. I think Xixo's about to curve out and sap whatever she plays on 6 and 7.
Time waits for no one.
So she's debating between Wild Growth and Shade here. I don't think there's any world where you coin out Shredder. That's awful. I think Shade is fine. Unfortunately, the bad news comes in. 6-0. Got his curve. Innervate, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief. Like, maybe you just innervate into a boom now. Most rogues don't run Big Game Hunter, so it'll get sapped most likely. Which is fine for Amy. Could also see like a Spectral Knight Innervate Wild Growth. That seems weak, so I think we're just going to see boom. Innervate might be the saving grace this game. And Amy's going to hold on to the Shade. So Blade Flurry would be good here if Xixo had it, but he doesn't. And we are not going to see the sap come down. So Xixo is just going to tank 7. Which is quite a bit. But Amy doesn't have the combo yet. And I think these bombs are going to have to be pretty good. She really needs these bombs to kill this Azure Drake. Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. She's going to try it again. I mean, it's a 50-50 and then a 50-50. So 25% of this working out for Amy.
What to do?
75%, you're not happy about it. You take that risk here. I mean, from Amy's position, you might feel like you're a little ahead even.
Time waits for no one.
But with looking at double sap from Xixo, you're not feeling good from the all-seeing eye of the observer. So Amy's not going to go for the risky play here. Xixo draws an Eviscerate, which was not going to do anything against the Spectral Knight. Spectral Knight, impossible to clear this turn.
I see.
Lotheb going to be the option. And Amy could press some hard damage here, but has no combo pieces to back it up. Could press 9 to the face, put Xixo to 12. You've got 4 burst damage from hand.
What to do?
Hopefully your Boombot is a true hero. Hits face for 4 now. This is indeed a best of 7. Not a best of 5. Boombot hits for 3, above average. And the Tinker's Oil gives Xixo way to clear, but it's a really bad way to clear. So he's going to say no to that. He's going to play Azure Drake. He's going to cry a little because he can't kill Spectral Knight. And this game really showcasing the power of Spectral Knight. So much so that Amy has been protecting it every single turn. And just chipping in for 4 turns. No Blade Flurry is definitely a little sad for Xixo. It's one of the better ways to deal with it. And now's where things get a little tricky for Amy.
What to do?
You could keep protecting your Spectral Knight. At this point, doesn't matter much. You could... By protecting it, I mean you would have to charge this into the 4/4, hit face, put him to 9. You could put him to 5, but again, no real burst to follow it up. You don't know if he has an Earthen Ring or anything. Goes with the lore play, trying to draw into the combo. And... gonna take it slow. Nice and slow, which is... pretty good here. Denies the Eviscerate on the Ancient Allure. Xixo might just want to sap here, though, for some tempo. And we could see Flurry, yeah. Really needs to get rid of that pesky Spectral Knight. So Xixo's finally going to seize the board. And at this point, I think Xixo's expecting the combo to come soon and ruin his day, but it's just not here.
I must safeguard the land.
However, Keeper off the top is really good. Ooh, Sprint's really good as well. Maybe not this turn, but I mean, I might just sprint this turn. He's actually gonna go for. Okay, this makes a lot of sense though. You get to make a 6/2. And Xixo has lethal nowhere in sight, but Amy doesn't either. So this is the dreaded combo turn, and it's just not there. Cenarius really powerful here. It would definitely force Xixo to sprint, looking for a second flurry, maybe a fan. Fan wouldn't really do much, I suppose. A sap on the Cenarius would be pretty powerful, but not the end of the world. You could lure to dig for the combo. Could just charge to be as passive as possible. Develop maybe like a Shredder, maybe a Shade. All things considered, the Sprint is a very important card for Xixo to improve his longevity in this game. He was really running out of steam. Basically would have no way to kill Amy if he didn't draw that.
I wonder. Time waits for no one.
Amy really thinking this turn over.
Where shall I strike?
So she decides she's afraid. And plays the Shade over the Shredder. Which ends up being a pretty good decision, I would say. Xixo is going to take this free moment to sprint. It's 2 fans, but no prep. He might fan looking for a prep, and then prep the other fan. Instead he shifts. Ouch. Yeah, I think fan was just better there. I don't know. I don't know. Fan seemed pretty powerful there. And Savage Roar is a great pickup here for Amy. And I wouldn't be surprised, depending on how many force she's running, she might be running 1, in which case I probably wouldn't try digging for it. 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1. She could Wild Growth, trying to look for the second Savage Roar. It's a 1 in 14 of winning instantly. What I was thinking is also Wild Growthing helps you draw into Force of Nature, which is going to help you in the game next turn. I think you're definitely going to develop this Spectral Knight, and I agree. What I think you should do here instead of developing this, because I feel like if you get flurried, you know, you get flurried. You should really just be looking for either, you know, the instant win right now or the force win next turn.
Time waits for no one.
It's interesting that she'd Hero Power now, though. I mean, I kind of would like to see Wild Growth to draw again. And I suppose, I understand this attack. Plays around some stuff. Shade's gonna die for sure now, but... I mean, assuming this guy can live, which... Right now, that guy is either dead to a dagger or living.
Pay attention, class.
I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn. I am ready to learn.
So let's see. If Xixo doesn't clear this, he loses. And he's going... Okay, he's gonna clear it.
I am ready to learn.
He is alive by 1 HP. 1 health separating Xixo from victory and defeat here. Amy's looking for a swipe, looking for a Force of Nature. Doesn't get it off the top. She has 1 more draw. An Innervate would give her... No, it wouldn't give her another draw. Meanwhile, on the other side, 10 damage, 16 damage. 16 damage for Xixo. It's going to be quite a bit over lethal. Maybe 17 damage, my bad. I mean, I think you got a Wild Growth. Throw your hands up in the air. And say, give me the lethal. Unfortunate tech cards coming in at the last moment here. Thinking over all the options here, definitely. I mean, Cenarius is an option. Healing yourself is an option. I don't think you're ever going to H-Lorn draw cards. Here we go.
Time waits for no one.
And it's a Savage Roar for lethal. Oh, baby. Got him. So, the one thing I really didn't like from Xixo this game was she has Freeze Mage and Druid left. She's going for the 4-2 right now with the Freeze Mage, and Xixo playing his trusty Aggro Hunter with newly added Piloted Shredders. Alright, so I'd expect just a ping here. A Loot Hoarder would work fine as well.
I wonder.
It would kind of deny a Knife Juggler here. Well, it would force Xixo to trade. So it would end up being the same result as a ping, but Amy would get to cycle.
The end is coming! Job done.
Okay. So we've got just a straight Doomsayer. So what this is going to do is to give Amy a free turn to develop a loot order. Or Arcane Intellect. She decides she has to Arcane Intellect now. Not gonna have time for it later. You always want to play what's on curve, of course. I would not be surprised to see another Doomsayer here. I mean, Frostbolt looks good here. Lots of things look good here. You can Frostbolt ping, but then you let your opponent develop for free. The thing is, Xixo actually plays Shredders, so he can still develop during the Doomsayer turn now. I'm not sure if Amy knows that or not. Gonna go for the Doomsayer.
The end is coming!
Okay, I was about to mention this plays well. This still forces Xixo to deal with this, which, as we know, he cannot. He has no way of dealing with it. Go for Juggler Coin Unleash. He needs one dagger to hit here. I'd be a lot more tempted to just play a Shredder and hit face. Like, I think the Juggler Unleash play, when you don't hit it, I think you lose 100%. Like, I think you just lose the game. Well, I don't know. Like, you get face damage in that case still. You just don't get to develop a minion from your Shredder. This is definitely an important decision right now. What's the probability? I don't even know. It's too hard to figure out. He's gonna go for it.
Put this apple on your head.
He definitely wants to hit that Doomsayer. And it looks like he didn't. It looks like he did not hit the Doomsayer. Yep.
Hello.
So Amy's gonna say hello.
I will hunt you down.
Xixo wants to hunt her down. I don't even think Magicamy is sorry. I don't think she's sorry, guys. I think that's exactly what she wanted to happen.
Hey, speak to me. Job done.
And so now Amy gets a free turn. Xixo does not have much face damage in the hand. Amy has a heal for 8. Amy's getting a pretty healthy hand going here. She's really just kind of looking for Alexstrasza now. She's basically got the burn. She's got the freezes, the life gain, the board clear. It's all coming. It's all coming together for the freeze mage. Yeah, I mean, that turn of the Juggler Unleashed did not go Xixo's way for sure. So, assuming she doesn't use any burn on minions, she now has plenty of burn. She's looking to find an ice block. Doesn't even really need an ice block, you just gotta freeze the board.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
I guess you kinda want an ice block though. And I wonder what we're gonna see here. Amy's at 19. You don't really want to flame strike these Shredders. Yeah, I think you want to get this Scientist down for sure. Yeah, you're gonna Frost Nova here almost 100% of the time. Things are really close this game though.
What to do? What to do?
You're definitely developing Scientist. You're almost certainly Frost Novaing, and so with the remaining 2 mana, you're just gonna ping, digging a bit deeper. 10 card hand now. So I'm pretty sure Amy has this in the bag, barring like really bad luck from this point on. It's interesting to see how Xixo will respond. He's gonna hold on to the Leroy.
I'll show them all!
Play out all the cards he can. How much damage is this? So that's 11, 17, 20 damage at Magicamy's disposal right now, right this instant. Not enough to finish the job.
What to do?
So we're gonna see more passive stuff come out. She gets the block, which is the best one. And she gets a Pyroblast. An egg drop here is gonna change things a little bit. A little bit, not much. So I think you Frost Nova. Do you have lethal here? Yes. You have basically lethal here. So you Frost Nova.
I wonder.
You Frostbolt face. You Ice Lance face. And you probably just Ice Lance face again, but you could ping. But basically what Amy's looking to do is burn spell his face. Oh no. Oh no. Don't play Acolyte. No!
Speak to me.
Oh no. Okay, I think this works too, but she's playing on Lotheb, I guess. Sort of. So what I would have done, Frostbolt, Ice Lance. Next turn you Fireball. Next turn you Pyroblast. Only way you lose is Lotheb in that scenario. Amy's gonna go for more of a safe, we'll say, plan. Is there any way to set up lethal next turn now? Probably not. It's 9, 16. She's 1 damage off setting up lethal for next turn, I believe. Yeah, 1 damage off.
We hunger for vengeance.
What's going on? Oh wait, no, she has another Frostbolt. Okay, I'm an idiot. I missed the second Frostbolt. So the one thing I don't like about this is that this is the play she didn't want to make, and then she made it anyway. But that's fine. I mean, I think she kind of lucked out with the top deck Thalmos. Xixo is on a top deck Lotheb to win it. He does not. That's game. That's going to be a Pyroblast to the dome. Xixo would need to kill off his own Shredder and get a Vitality Totem, which he can't do. So that's going to do it. Amy's going to take the love match number 2 over Xixo by the score of 4-2.